4th of August 2024, an introduction to a book written by Florian A. Ancio for his beloved Natalie. In the twilight of a mystical land where the moon's silver glow dances upon enchanted forests, Florian A. Ancio weaves a tale of profound love and magic. The Love, the Moon and the Magic is a heartwarming story dedicated to his beloved Natalie. As the moonlight guides the way, Florian's word paints a world where love transcends the ordinary, blending with mystical forces of nature, this enchanting narrative that celebrates a timeless bond between two souls destined to find each other amidst the wonders of the night. Chapter 1. The Beginning of Forever. On a crisp November evening in 2018, as the autumn painted the world in hues of gold and crimson, two souls from the opposite sides of the Atlantic were unknowingly drawn together by the threads of destiny. Florian Ancio, wandering the quiet lanes of his English village, felt the stirrings of something magical in the cool air. Meanwhile, across the ocean in a small American town, Natalie was similarly enchanted by the night, sensing that her life was on the verge of a profound change. Florian had always been captivated by the mysteries of the night sky, finding solace and inspiration beneath the twinkling stars. That evening, as he strolled through the village, his mind wandered, filled with a longing he couldn't quite name. Unbeknownst to him, Natalie, with her heart full of dreams and a spirit steeped in magic, was feeling an equally powerful pull. The moon hung low, casting an easeful glow over her path as she stepped out into the night, guided by an invisible force that seemed to connect her to a distant destiny. Their paths converged in the most unexpected of places, an online forum dedicated to the mystical and the magical. Florian, intrigued by a post about ancient rituals, was drawn to Natalie's words, her thoughts resonating with the truth that stirred something deep within him. With a mixture of curiosity and excitement, he sent her a message, hoping she felt the same inexplicable connection. Natalie's response was swift and warm, her words carrying a familiarity that made Florian's heart skip a beat. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, each exchange weaving a tapestry of connection and understanding. It was as if their souls had recognized each other from a long time past, bound by a bond that had been waiting to be rekindled. Night after night they talked, their conversation stretching into the early hours of the morning. They shared their dreams, fears and deepest desires, their hearts opening up in ways they had never experienced before. The miles between them seemed to dissolve, replaced by an intimate closeness that defied the physical distance. Florian was captivated by Natalie's spirit, her magical essence infusing his life with a light and warmth he had never known. She spoke of her rituals and her connection to the moon, her words painting a picture of a world filled with wonder and enchantment. In turn, Natalie was enchanted by Florian's passion for life, his poetic soul and his deep appreciation for the beauty of the world around him. As the weeks turned into months, their bond deepened, each message a step closer to a love they felt destined by the stars themselves. They began to share not just their words, but their hearts and their souls, their connection growing stronger as each passing day came to them. It was a love that transcended time and space, a spiritual connection that bound them together in a timeless classic of true love. One evening, as the moon hung high in the sky, Florian sent Natalie a message that made her heart flutter. I feel as though we are two halves of the same whole, he wrote, his words filled with the weight of a truth he could no longer deny. Meeting you has brought magic into my life that I never believed possible. Natalie felt the tears of joy well up in her eyes as she read his words. She had felt the same way from the moment they began to talk, a deep, undeniable connection that defied explanation. I feel it too, she replied, her fingers trembling as she typed. It's as if we were always meant to find each other, as if our souls had been searching for this moment for lifetimes. Their relationship blossomed as they embarked on a journey filled with love, adventure and magic. They travelled to enchanted forests and ancient ruins, their love growing stronger with each new experience. In England, Florian took Natalie to the mystical Stonehenge, where they performed a ritual under the full moon, their hearts beating as one. In America, Natalie introduced Florian to the sacred landscapes of her homeland, where they felt the spirits of the land bless their union. Each adventure brought them closer, their love a beacon of light that guided them through the trials and triumphs of life. They faced challenges together, their bond unbreakable. When Florian fell ill, Natalie's magical abilities and her unwavering love brought him back to health. When Natalie faced her own struggles, Florian stood by her side, his love and support giving her the strength to persevere. The number 1144 appeared time and again, a symbol of their eternal bond and the cosmic alignment of their souls. It was the first time they'd met, in the dates of their most significant moments, and in the countless signs from the universe that affirmed their love was written in the stars. Their love story was a journey of true romance, filled with the kind of magical experiences as most people can only dream of. They created memories that would last a lifetime, each one a testament to the depth and beauty of their connection. From the quiet moments they shared, silence to the exhilarating rush of new adventures, Florian and Natalie's love was a masterpiece painted in the colours of their hearts. As the years went by, their love only grew stronger, a timeless classic that stood the test of time. They found home within each other, a sanctuary where their souls could rest and their hearts could soar. Their love was a rare and beautiful gift, a love that would endure for all eternity. For Florian and Natalie, their journey was far from over. They knew their love was a gift beyond measure, a bond that would carry them through the ages, guided by the magic of their hearts and the beauty of their souls entwined as one. And so, they walked hand in hand into the future, their love a beacon of light in a world filled with wonder and enchantment. A love story for the ages had just begun. Chapter 2. The start of something beautiful. The connection between Florian Ancio from Oxford in England and Natalie Marchocki from Westford in Massachusetts was nothing short of magical. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, their long-distance romance blossomed into a profound love that transcended the physical boundaries separating them. Night after night they shared their lives, dreams and deepest emotions, discovering a bond as felt as though it had been written by the stars. Each evening Florian would eagerly await their nightly rendezvous. He would settle into his favourite armchair, laptop open, the glow of the screen illuminating his eager face. Thousands of miles away, Natalie would do the same, her heart fluttering with excitement as Florian's face appeared on the screen. Their conversations were a blend of laughter, tender moments and deep soul-bearing exchanges that brought them closer with every passing night. They talked about everything. Florian shared stories of his life in Oxford, the quaint charm of the town and the rich history that surrounded him. Natalie spoke of the enchanting woods of Westwood, her love of nature and animals, and the magic she found in the moon's light. They discussed their favourite books, movies and music, discovering common interests and introducing each other to new ones. Their conversations flowed like a river, each topic a stepping stone to a path of deeper understanding and connection. Despite the distance, Florian and Natalie became best friends and confidants, sharing the triumph and challenges, their hopes and fears. They laughed together, creating inside jokes and playful banter that added another layer of joy to their relationship. Their friendship was the foundation upon which their love grew, a love that was as profound as it was beautiful. Florian was captivated by Natalie's wisdom and her ability to see the world through the lens of magic and wonder. Her spiritual connection to nature and the moon fascinated him. He often found himself thinking about it throughout the day, eager to share his thoughts and experiences with her. Natalie, in turn, was drawn to Florian's intellectual curiosity and his gentle, caring nature. He brought a sense of charm and stability to her life, making her feel cherished and understood in a way she had never experienced before. As their relationship deepened, they began to talk about their future together. The idea of Natalie visiting Oxford became a frequent topic of discussion. They both fantasized about the moment they would finally meet in person. They dreamed of exploring the ancient streets of Oxford hand in hand, visiting historic landmarks Florian had spoken of, and creating new memories together. The thought of finally being able to touch, hold and kiss each other filled them with anticipation and longing. Their conversations also ventured into the more serious territory. They spoke about their hopes and dreams for the future, their aspirations of a life together. They envisioned a home filled with love and laughter and animals, and a place where they could build a family and create a world of their own. They talked about the possibility of marriage, children, and the life they would build together, a life full of adventure, magic and unwavering support for one another. Florian and Natalie knew they had found something incredibly special, a love that was rare and extraordinary. They marvelled at how seamlessly they fit into each other's lives, how effortlessly they understood and complemented one another. It was as if they'd been searching for each other their entire lives, and now they have found one another. They couldn't imagine a future apart. Their love story was a testament to the power of destiny and the magic of true connection. Despite the miles that separated them, Florian and Natalie felt as if they were two halves of the same soul, destined to be together. Their nightly conversations were highlighted in the evenings and the days, a sacred time where they could be themselves, share their innermost thoughts and feel the warmth of each other's love. As the days of anticipation turned into a countdown to Natalie's visit to Oxford, their excitement grew. They planned every detail of her trip, from the places they would visit to the moments they would share. The thought of finally being in each other's arms was a beacon of light in their lives, a promise of a beautiful future that awaited them. Florian and Natalie's love was a journey of discovery, courage and unwavering belief in the magic of their connection. It was a story of two hearts and souls becoming one, creating a world of their own filled with love, laughter and endless possibilities. Their love was the key they had been searching for, unlocking a life of profound joy and fulfillment. And so, as they continued their nightly conversations, their bond grew stronger, their love grew deeper. They knew their journey together was just the beginning, and the future held countless adventures and magical moments. Florian and Natalie had found each other, and in doing so, they had found the true meaning of love, a love that would carry them through the trials and triumphs of life, a love that was destined to last forever. This is the story of Florian and Natalie, a tale of true love, courage in the beautiful magic of two souls finding their way to each other. It is a story of destiny, of dreams realized, and a love that transcends time and distance. It is the start of something beautiful, the beginning of a journey that will forever be etched in the hearts of two people who dared to believe in the magic of their connection and true love. Chapter 3. The Unfolding Destiny. From the moment Florian and Natalie connected, their journey began to unfold like a beautifully crafted tapestry, each thread woven with romance, passion and magic. What started as late-night conversations and shared dreams quickly blossomed into a love story that would transcend time and space. Their first meeting was nothing short of magical. Florian had always felt a deep connection to nature, suggested they meet at a place that embodied the essence of their bond. They chose the ancient forests of England, where the air was thick with history and enchantment. As Natalie stepped off the plane into Florian's arms for the first time, it was as if the universe held its breath, witnessing the reunion of two souls destined to be together. Their days were filled with adventure and discovery. They explored mystical ruins, whispered secrets to each other beneath the canopy of ancient trees. They shared countless sunsets that painted the sky with hues of gold and crimson, each moment a testament to the magic that had brought them together. One evening, as they sat by a crackling fire, Florian shared a story that had been passed down through his family for generations. It was the tale of two lovers who had been separated by time, but whose souls had always found their way back to each other. Natalie listened, her heart swelling with the recognition of their own journey within the story. "It feels like we've known each other for lifetimes," Florian said, his eyes reflecting in the flickering flames. "I believe our souls have danced across the ages, finding each other no matter the obstacles," Natalie nodded. Feeling the truth of his words resonate deep within her. "I felt it too," she replied, "from the moment we first spoke. It was as if we were picking up where we left off in another life." As their relationship deepened, they began to uncover the profound connection that bound them. They discovered ancient texts and relics that spoke of twin flames and soulmates, confirming their belief that they were destined to be together. The number 1144 appeared in their lives time and again, a divine sign that their love was written in the stars. Their adventures took them to sacred sites and mystical lands. In Egypt they stood in awe before the Great Pyramids, feeling the weight of history and the energy of the ancients. In Greece they visited the Temple of Apollo, where they felt the whispers of the oracles and the gods guiding their path. Each journey brought them closer, not just to each other, but to the deeper truths of their existence. One unforgettable trip took them to the mystical landscapes of Ireland. There, amidst the rolling hills and ancient stone circles, they performed a ritual to honor their past lives and their eternal bond. As they held hands and chanted ancient words, they felt a surge of energy that confirmed their connection to the land and to each other. Their love was tested by the challenges they faced, the distance between them, the trials of life and the shadows that sought to undermine their bond only served to strengthen their resolve. Each obstacle they overcome brought them closer, their love a beacon that guided them through the darkest times. One night, as they lay beneath a canopy of stars, Natalie turned to Florian, her eyes shining with unshed tears. "No matter what we face, I know we are meant to be. The universe brought us together, and nothing can tear us apart." Florian pulled her into his arms, his voice a tender promise. "We are eternal, my love. Our bond is unbreakable. Our love will endure through time, through all time, through the ages. Their journey was one of discovery and growth, not as a couple, not just as a couple, but as individuals. Through each other they found parts of themselves they never knew existed. Florian's poetic soul and deep connection to nature helped Natalie embrace her own magical abilities, while Natalie's strength and wisdom guided Florian to new heights of understanding and love. The universe watched over them, sending signs and blessings to guide their path. Feathers, coins, and the ever-present number 1144 appeared in their lives as reminders of their destiny. Each sign reaffirmed their belief that they were on the right path, that their love had been blessed by the forces beyond their comprehension. Their love story was a testament to the power of the universe and the magic of the human spirit. It was a journey that spanned lifetimes, filled with adventures and memories that would last for eternity. Florian and Natalie were meant to be, their souls forever entwined in a dance of love and light. As the years passed, their bond only grew stronger. They celebrated each milestone with joy and gratitude, knowing that they had found something rare and beautiful. Their love was a beacon of hope and inspiration, a reminder that true love could conquer all. Florian and Natalie's story was a testament to the enduring power of love and the magic that binds us all. It is a journey of discovery, of finding home in each other, and of realizing true love transcends time and space. Their love was the greatest adventure of all, a timeless classic that would endure for all eternity. Chapter 4. Enchanted Journeys and Sacred Vows. Florian and Natalie stood at the threshold of their next adventure, a shared dream of exploring the ancient and mystical landscapes of England. Their bond, already strong, was about to be forged in the fires of history, magic and love. Their journey began in the heart of England at Warwick Castle. The imposing structure loomed before them, its turrets piercing the sky. Florian, with his keen interest in history, explained the castle's storied past to Natalie, weaving tales of knights and kings, battles and banquets. They wandered through the grand halls, marvelling at the suits of armour and ancient tapestries, their imaginations running wild with visions of medieval life. They travelled to the ruins of Tintagel Castle in Cornwall, perched precariously on the rugged coastline. Here they felt the breath of Arthurian legends, the air thick with the whispers of Merlin, and as the waves crashing below seemed to echo the calls of long-lost heroes, Natalie, captivated by the sea's wild beauty, took Florian's hand as they stood on the cliffs, feeling the timeless energy of the place. Next they ventured to Wales, drawn by the promise of ancient caves and spiritual sites. In the Brecon Beacons they discovered the mystical pagan cave, hidden deep within the mountains. With torches in hand they descended into darkness, feeling the cool, damp air wrap around them like a shroud. Inside they found ancient carvings and symbols etched into the stone, remnants of a time when the cave was a place of worship and magic. They explored deeper. They felt a profound connection with the earth, a sense of stepping back in time to a world where the spiritual and the physical were intertwined. Natalie closed her eyes, reaching out with her senses, and felt a surge of energy, as if the spirits of the cave welcomed them into their sacred space. They visited Stonehenge, the Circle of Eternity. Their journey led them to the iconic Stonehenge, a place of mystery and wonder. Standing within the ancient circle, Florian and Natalie were struck by the monument's grandeur and centuries-old history. As the sun set, casting a shadow across the stones, they felt a deep sense of peace and reverence. Florian, ever the scholar, recited the theories and legends surrounding Stonehenge, but in this sacred space, words felt inadequate. Natalie, sensing the moment's significance, took a deep breath and reached out to touch one of the stones. She felt a pulse of energy, as if the ancient site recognized their presence and acknowledged their journey. The spiritual union and marriage at Audley Edge, the culmination of their adventures, brought them to this sacred space in Audley Edge, a place steeped in legend and magic. In the secluded grove they found the Circle of 9 Stones, a site revered by pagans for its spiritual power. Here, beneath the ancient trees and the watchful eyes of the stones, they planned their spiritual union. A pagan witch, wise and serene, blessed their ceremony. She cast a circle around them, invoking the elements and the ancient gods, calling upon the universe to witness their vows. Florian, with a trembling hand and a heart full of love, read the marriage rites he had written. With the earth beneath us, the sky above, and the spirits of the land as our witnesses, I pledge my love to you, Natalie. May our hearts be as steadfast as these stones, our love as enduring as the earth itself. Together we enter a sacred bond, blessed by the universe, cloaked in the energy of love and magic. They drank from each other's cups, a symbol of their shared journey and unity. As the liquid warmed their throats, they felt a shift in the air, a tangible sense of entering a new dimension. The ley lines of ancient England, coursing with mystical energy, seemed to vibrate beneath their feet, connecting them to the past, present and future. In that moment, under the watchful eyes of the ancient stones, their love transcended the bounds of the physical world. They were invoked in a cocoon of energy, a beautiful, loving, spiritual dimension where time stood still. Their bond was sealed, not just in this life, but in the realms of eternity, beyond imagination. Their journey through the mystical landscapes of England had been more than just an adventure. It was a pilgrimage of love and discovery. Each site they visited, each legend they uncovered, had deepened their connection to each other and the world around them. As they stood in the Circle of 9 Stones, hand in hand, they knew their love was a force beyond the imagination, a bond that defied the limits of time and space. Blessed by the universe and cloaked in the energy of love and magic, Florian and Natalie stepped forward into their future, united in a love that was truly eternal. Chapter 5. A Highland Honeymoon. The Scottish Highlands unfolded before Florian and Natalie like a tapestry of breathtaking beauty, each moment a brushstroke of romance and adventure. Their honeymoon had brought them to this land of legends where ancient castles stood sentinel over the misty lochs and rolling hills. It was a place where time seemed to slow, letting every heartbeat linger in the crisp, heather-scented air. From the moment they arrived, they were swept up in the magic of Scotland. Their days were filled with wandering through picturesque villages where cobblestone streets whispered stories of centuries past. Hand in hand they explored the rugged coastline, waves crashing against the cliffs below, and wandered through forests where sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting a golden glow before them. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, they found themselves in a secluded glen, the air glowing cooler on the onset of dusk. A small ancient stone cottage stood nearby, its thatched roof a cosy promise of warmth. Florian led Natalie inside, where a crackling fire awaited them, casting flickering shadows upon the walls. Florian's eyes sparkled with a mixture of mischief and admiration as he took Natalie in his arms. "I've got a surprise for you," he whispered. his voice low and intimate. He reached into his jacket pocket and produced a delicate Scottish thistle, its purple petals vibrant in the firelight. "This is for you, my love, a symbol of my deepest feelings and our enduring love." Natalie took the thistle with trembling hands, her eyes welling with tears. "It's beautiful," she said, her voice choked with emotion. "Thank you, Florian. This means everything to me." They sat together by the fireside, wrapped in a woolen blanket, the thistle resting on Natalie's lap. The flames danced and crackled, casting a warm glow over their faces as they shared stories and dreams. Outside, the wind whispered through the trees, a soft melodic accompaniment to their laughter and the whispered words of love. The next day they ventured further into the highlands, eager to discover more of its hidden treasures. They walked through the verdant valleys, the mountains rising majestically around them, their peaks shrouded in mist. Every step seemed to draw them closer, not just to the heart of Scotland, but to each other. At one point they stumbled upon a crystal clear loch, its surface reflecting the sky like a mirror. Florian and Natalie sat on its shore, their feet dangling in the cool water. They spoke of their future, of dreams yet to be fulfilled, their voices soft and intertwined with the gentle lapping of the water. As the days passed, their love only grew stronger, each experience adding another layer to a rich tapestry of their relationship. They explored ancient castles, walked along wildflower-strewn paths, and climbed hills that offered panoramic views of endless landscapes. Every moment was filled with passion and wonder, a testament to the life they were building together. One afternoon, while wandering through a field blooming of heather, Florian took Natalie in his arms and spun around, her laughter ringing like a melody. He gazed into her eyes, his heart swelling with love. "I never imagined I could be this happy," he said softly. "You are my forever and always, Natalie." She smiled, her eyes sparkling with tears of joy. "And you are mine, Florian. This is the greatest adventure of our lives, and I wouldn't want to share it with anyone else." As the sun set on their final evening in the Highlands, they returned to their cottage, the fire once again casting its warm welcoming glow as they sat together, wrapped in each other's arms, watching the flames dance before them. The Scottish thistle, now placed in a small vase, stood as a symbol of their love, a token of their incredible journey in the flickering light. Florian leaned in and kissed Natalie, a kiss filled with all the passion and promise of their time in Scotland. Their honeymoon had been more than just a trip. It was a celebration of their love, a prelude to the lifetime and adventures to come. As they held each other close, they knew wherever life would take them, they would always carry a piece of this magical place in their hearts. As Florian and Natalie began their journey home from Scotland, their hearts were filled with the memories of the Highlands' enchanting landscapes and the profound love they had shared there. Each mile they travelled seemed to draw them closer, not just to their home, but to the deeper connection they had forged. But their adventure was not yet complete. They had one more destination, a place steeped in legend and mystery, where they would seal their spiritual marriage. The path led them to Glastonbury, a town renowned for its mystical heritage and ancient folklore. The legendary Glastonbury Tor, a hill crowned with the ruins of St. Michael's Tower, stood as a beacon of spiritual significance. It was said that those who pledged their love atop the Tor would be blessed for all time, their bond transcending even the boundaries of life and death itself. As they approached Glastonbury, a sense of excitement and anticipation filled the air. The Tor loomed majestically in the distance, its presence both commanding and serene. Florian and Natalie felt a powerful pull, as if the hill itself was calling them to fulfill their destiny. They arrived at the base of the Tor as the sun began its descent, casting a golden glow over the landscape. Hand in hand they started the ascent, each step echoing with a promise of eternity. The path was steep, but their love gave them the strength, their hearts beating in unison as they climbed together higher and higher, reaching the summit. There they were greeted by breathtaking panoramic views, the rolling hills of Somerset stretching out before them. The ruins of St Michael's Tower stood as a silent witness to their journey, a testament of the enduring power of love and faith. They stood together with the wind to loosen their hair, the world below seeming distant and dreamlike. Florian turned to Natalie, his eyes reflecting the depth of his emotions. "This place feels magical," he said softly, "like it was meant for us." Natalie nodded, her eyes shining with tears. "It's perfect," she whispered. "Let's make our vow here, Florian. Let's seal our love for all eternity." With the sun setting, casting a warm golden light around them, they stood before the ancient tower, their hands clasped tightly together. Florian took a deep breath, his voice steady and filled with reverence. "Natalie, my love, my forever, I vow to stand by you through every joy and sorrow, every triumph and challenge. Our love is my guiding star. I pledge to honour and cherish you for all time and beyond." Natalie gazed into Florian's eyes, her heart swelling with love and devotion. "Florian, my heart, my soulmate, I vow to be your partner in all things, to support and cherish you through every moment of our lives. Our love is eternal, and I promise to nurture and protect it today and always." As they spoke of their vows, a sense of profound peace and fulfillment enveloped them. It was as if the very earth beneath their feet recognized their love, the ancient energy of the Tor weaving their souls together in an unbreakable bond. They sealed their vows with a tender kiss, their spirits intertwining in a dance of eternal love. The sky above them ablaze with colours from the dusk, the world bathed in a soft magical light of twilight. They stood together embracing in the sacred moment, knowing that their love had been blessed by the ancient powers of Glastonbury Tor. It was a moment of pure, transcendent beauty, an incredible experience they would treasure forever. As the first stars began to twinkle in the evening sky, they made their way back down the Tor, their hearts light and their spirits soaring. The journey had filled with a deep sense of peace and joy, their souls resonating with ancient blessings of Glastonbury. Florian and Natalie returned to their everyday lives, but they carried with them the magic of Scotland and the sacred blessing of Glastonbury Tor. Their love, now sealed by legend and lore, was a beacon of light and hope, guiding them through all life's adventures. As they walked hand in hand into their future, they knew their bond was eternal, a love blessed for all time and beyond by the ancients. Chapter 6. The Lake District Vacation and Adventure. Florian and Natalie have been anticipating their trip to the Lake District for months. The promise of serene lakes, rolling hills and charming villages had been a beacon of excitement through their busy days, and now, with their loyal dogs in tow, they were finally here. The cottage was nestled on the edge of a lush green valley, framed by distant mountains. The moment they arrived, the excited dogs bounded out of the car, their tails wagging furiously as they explored their new surroundings. The cottage itself was a picture of rustic charm. Its stone walls and wooden beams exuded warmth, and inside a crackling fireplace welcomed them with its comforting glow. Each day was a new adventure. Florian and Natalie would rise with the sun, the morning light casting a golden hue over the landscape. They pack a picnic, secure the dogs' leashes, and set off to explore an adventure. One morning they hiked up the Catabels, a popular fell offering breathtaking views over the Derwater. The ascent was invigorating. The couple's young and excited dogs seemed to pull them along with their boundless energy. At the summit they paused to take in the view. The lake below in the sunlight shimmered like a mirror, and the peaks surrounding the fells created a dramatic backdrop. Florian captured the moment on his camera, while Natalie spread out their picnic on a grassy knoll. They laughed and chatted, their dogs happily munching treats beside them. Afternoons were often spent by the water. They discovered a secluded spot by the shore of Ullswater where they could let their happy little dogs off their leashes. The dogs splashed joyfully in the clear water, chasing sticks and each other. While Florian and Natalie relaxed on a blanket, the gentle lapping of the waves provided a soothing soundtrack. Sometimes they rented a rowboat and paddled into the lake, feeling the cool breeze on their faces and marvelling at the tranquility around them. Evenings brought a different kind of magic. They would venture into nearby villages where cobbled streets led them to quaint pubs and restaurants. One favourite was a centuries-old inn with low timbered ceilings and a roaring fireplace. They would settle into a cosy corner, their faithful dogs lying contentedly at their feet as they savoured hearty meals of the local fare. Cumberland sausage, lamb stew and freshly baked bread. One particularly memorable night they stumbled upon a small family-run restaurant tucked away down an alley. The chef, an elderly woman with twinkling eyes, greeted them warmly and insisted on serving her special dish of the day. While sharing stories with the chef and her family, Natalie and Florian sat down to a wonderful night. By the end of the night it felt like they had made new friends, but it wasn't just the planned outings and cosy dinners that made their time in the Lake District special. It was the simple moments, the feeling of fresh morning dew underfoot, the sight of Merlin and Noah curled up by the fire after a long day, the soft murmurs of the forest as they walked hand in hand, that etched themselves into their hearts. One evening as they strolled back to the cottage under a canopy of stars, Natalie squeezed Florian's hand. "This place is magical," she whispered. "I never want to leave." Florian nodded, smiling. "We'll carry it with us," he said. "All the beauty, the peace, the adventures is part of us now." Their days in the Lake District was a tapestry of joy and tranquility, each moment a vivid thread that wove together with the story of their time there. As they reluctantly packed their bags to leave, they knew they were taking more than just memories away with them. They were taking away the essence of the place that had touched their souls and strengthened their bond. And as they drove away, Merlin and Noah dozing contentedly in the back seat, Florian and Natalie looked at each other and smiled, knowing they would return to this enchanting land again someday. Chapter 7. A return to school day memories. The next chapter of their journey took Florian and Natalie to a place laden with nostalgia. Florian's childhood home and the riverbank, where he had spent countless hours fishing for trout. Nestled in a quaint village, the house was a charming stone cottage with ivy-coloured walls and a garden bursting with wild flowers. Florian's parents had moved away years ago, but the house had been lovingly maintained by its new owners, who had graciously allowed Florian and Natalie to visit. As they walked up a familiar path, memories came flooding back to Florian. "This place hasn't changed a bit," he said, squeezing Natalie's hand. She smiled, sensing his excitement, and his sentimentality. After a warm welcome from the current residents and a brief tour, they headed down to the river. Florian's eyes lit up as he recounted his fishing escapades. "This is where I learned the art of tickling trout," he said with a grin. "Tickling trout?" Natalie asked, her curiosity piqued. "It's an old technique," Florian explained. "You find a shallow spot in the river, then slowly reach under a rock and gently stroke the trout's belly until it goes into a trance. Then you can just scoop it up." Natalie laughed, clearly amused. "Sounds like a tall tale to me," she said. Florian chuckled. "It might sound like it, but it's true, and I had some funny adventures learning it too." They reached the riverbank where the water flowed clear and cool over the small stones. Florian pointed to a spot beneath a large willow tree. "That's where it happened," he replied. "Where what happened?" Natalie asked, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. "Where I had my most memorable fishing experience," Florian said. Sitting down on a rock, Merlin and Noah, always eager to learn new adventures, sniffed around the riverbank, their tails wagging. "It was a summer day just like this," Florian began. "I was about 12, and I decided to show off my trout tickling skills to my friends. They didn't believe me, of course, so I was determined to prove them wrong. I found a nice shallow spot and started tickling a trout under a rock." Natalie leaned in, listening intently. "I was so focused on the fish, I didn't notice the ground under me was wet and slippery," Florian continued, a mischievous smile playing on his lips. "Just as I managed to get the trout to stay still, I slipped and fell headfirst into the river. It wasn't a graceful fall, more like a cartoonish flop. I came up spluttering and completely soaked, but still clutching the trout in my hand." Natalie burst into laughter. "Oh, I wish I'd have seen that." Florian laughed along with her. "My friends couldn't stop laughing. They said I looked like a drowned rat, but they were impressed that I actually caught the trout." They spent the rest of the afternoon reliving Florian's childhood. He showed her the best fishing spots, demonstrated his tickling technique, this time without falling in, and he told stories of his youthful adventures and misadventures. Merlin and Noah romped through the shallow water, occasionally chasing fish, but never catching any. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, they found a perfect spot for a picnic. They spread out the blanket and unpacked their meal, enjoying the peaceful sounds of the river and the gentle rustling of the leaves. Florian shared more tales of his youth, building forts, playing hide and seek, and exploring the surrounding woods. "Those were simpler times," Florian said, gazing out at the river, "but they were full of wonder and discovery." Natalie leaned her head on his shoulder. "I'm so glad you brought me here," she said softly. "It's like stepping into your memories." Florian smiled, feeling a deep sense of contentment. "I'm glad you're here with me, Natalie." As they packed up and started to head back to the cottage, the sky turned a brilliant shade of orange and pink. Merlin and Noah trotted happily beside them, their fur damp but their spirits high. Florian looked back at the river one last time, a place that had shaped so much of his childhood. He felt a sense of closure, knowing that he had shared a special part of his past with Natalie. Their journey home was filled with laughter and warmth. Florian knew that while they were creating new memories together, they were also weaving the threads of their individual past into a rich tapestry of shared life together, and in that there was a simple and beautiful magic. Chapter 8. The Demon Witch. In the quiet of an English night, Florian slept soundly, unaware of the dark forces gathering around him. His dreams, usually filled with wonder and magic, took a sinister turn as a powerful demonic witch invaded his subconsciousness. Her malevolent presence filled the dreamscape with shadows, her eyes burning with an unholy fire as she approached, intent on ending Florian's life. The witch, an ancient being of immense power, had been awakened by Florian and Natalie's love. a bond so pure and strong that it threatened to unravel the dark energy she thrived upon. Enraged by their connection, she sought to destroy Florian, believing that without him Natalie's magic would falter and the world would once again fall into darkness. Florian, sensing the danger even in his sleep, felt a cold dread seep into his bones as the witch drew closer. He tried to wake himself up to break free from the nightmare, but her power held him captive, her voice a chilling whisper echoing through his mind, promising pain and suffering. Thousands of miles away in Westford, Massachusetts, Natalie Marchocki's heart suddenly filled with a sense of impending doom. Her connection to Florian was so deep, so intertwined with her very essence, that she could feel his fear as if it were her own. Without a moment's hesitation, she closed her eyes and summoned her ancient powers, the goddess of the moon rising within her. Natalie's soul traversed the ethereal plane, her psychic energy focused solely on reaching Florian. She could see the dark tendrils of the witch's power wrapping around him, feel the malevolence that sought to snuff out his light. With a fierce determination fueled by love and a rage born of the threat to her beloved, Natalie materialized in Florian's dream, her presence a radiant beacon of hope and strength. The witch hissed in fury as Natalie appeared, her form shimmering with an outworldly light. "You dare to challenge me, goddess," she spat, her voice a venomous hiss. Natalie's eyes blazed with the power of the moon, her heart pounding with a love that transcended all darkness. "I will do more than challenge you," she declared, her voice steady and filled with resolve. "I will destroy you." The battle ensued that was one of epic proportions, a clash of light and dark, love and hatred. The dreamscape became a battlefield, the air crackling with energy as Natalie and the witch engaged in a psychic war. The witch's dark magic surged towards Natalie, but she deflected it with her shield of pure lunar light, her power amplified by the love she held for Florian. Natalie's magic was a symphony of moonlight and starfire, her every move graceful yet deadly. She wove spells of protection around Florian, shielding him from the witch's attack, while striking back with devastating force. The witch, powerful as she was, found herself overwhelmed by Natalie's relentless assault, and as the battle reached its crescendo, Natalie summoned the full power of her goddess heritage. Her voice echoed with authority of ancient magic as she chanted an incantation, her words resonating through the very fabric of the dream. The witch screamed in agony as Natalie's spell took hold, her dark form dissolving into nothingness. Vanquished by the light of true love and the power of the moon. With the witch destroyed, the dreamscape began to calm. The darkness lifted as Natalie turned her attention to Florian. She knelt beside him, her hand gently caressing his cheek as he stirred from the nightmare. His eyes fluttered open, meeting hers with a mixture of relief and awe. "Natalie," he whispered, his voice filled with gratitude and love. "You saved me. You saved my life." Tears shimmered in Natalie's eyes as she leaned down to press a soft kiss upon his lips. "I will always protect you, Florian. Our love is stronger than any darkness." Florian pulled her into his arms, holding her close as the remnants of the nightmare faded away. "Thank you," he murmured, his voice choked with emotion. "I don't know what I would do without you." Natalie smiled, her heart swelling with the love she felt for him. "You will never have to find out. We are bound by a love that transcends time and space, a bond that no darkness can ever break." As dawn began to break, casting a golden light over the English countryside, Florian and Natalie lay entwined in each other's arms, their hearts beating as one. They knew that their love had been tested and had emerged stronger than ever, a beacon of hope and a light in a world that would forever be enchanted by the eternal bond. Chapter 9. The Adventure of the Toads. The morning cast a golden light over the Lake District, promising another beautiful adventure. Florian and Natalie had settled into a comfortable routine, their days filled with exploration, and their nights with quiet, cosy moments. But nothing could have prepared them for the strange, magical events of this peculiar day. It started innocuously enough. Florian was out for a morning jog with the doggy by his side, enjoying the crisp air and the birdsong. Natalie had stayed behind at the cottage to catch up on some reading. As Florian jogged along the forest trail, something unusual caught his eye. A small cluster of toads sitting on a rock, seamlessly watching him. He paused, curiosity piqued, intrigued. The toads croaked in unison, and Florian couldn't help but chuckle. "Hello there," he said, feeling a bit silly for talking to toads, but there was something odd about their behaviour. They seemed almost organised. As he continued his jog, he noticed more toads along the path, each one turning to watch him as he passed. It was as if they were guiding him. Intrigued, Florian followed their silent directions, which led him deeper into the woods than he had ever been before. Meanwhile, back at the cottage, Natalie's phone buzzed. It was Florian. His voice sounded both amused and bewildered. "Nat, you won't believe it," he said, panting slightly from the run. "I think I'm being followed by toads." Natalie laughed, picturing Florian surrounded by a parade of amphibians. "Toads? Really? Are you sure you haven't stumbled into a fairy tale?" "I'm serious," Florian insisted, though he was laughing too. "They're everywhere. It's like they're leading me somewhere." "Maybe you're their chosen one," Natalie teased. "The Toad Whisperer." Florian chuckled. "If that's the case, then I guess I should follow them. Who knows where it will lead?" "Just be careful," Natalie said, still smiling, "and keep me updated." As Florian ventured further, he came upon a small hidden pond that seemed almost enchanted. The water was crystal clear, reflecting the surrounding trees and the sky above. The toads gathered around the edge, croaking in what seemed like a coordinated symphony. Florian sat on a large stone watching them. Suddenly, one particular large toad hopped forward, staring at him with a curious intensity. Florian leaned in, half expecting the toad to speak. Just then his phone buzzed again. It was Natalie calling this time. "So, Mr. Toad Whisperer, where have they led you?" Florian laughed. "I'm at a beautiful little pond. It's like something out of a fairy tale. And there's one big toad that looks like it wants to tell me something." Natalie giggled. "Maybe it's your toad spirit guide. Ask it for wisdom." Florian decided to play along. "Oh, great toad, what wisdom do you have for me?" he said in a mock-serious tone. To his utter astonishment, the toad croaked loudly and leapt into the water. Florian watched as the bubbles rose to the surface, and then, as if by magic, the pond began to shimmer. The water glowed with an iridescent light, and tiny luminous fish darted around, creating a mesmerizing display. "Nat, you won't believe this," Florian said, his voice filled with awe. "The pond is glowing. It's beautiful, Natalie." Now intrigued, she said, "I wish I could see it. Describe it to me." Florian tried his best to capture the ethereal beauty of the scene, but his words couldn't do it justice. "It's just like the water is alive with light. There are these tiny glowing fish, and the whole pond is shimmering. It's magical." "Sounds like you're having quite an adventure," Natalie said, her voice warm with affection. "I wish I was there with you." "I wish you were too," Florian replied. "But I'll bring you here someday. This place is too special to keep to myself." After a while, the shimmering light faded and the pond returned to its tranquil state. The toads, their task seemingly complete, hopped away one by one. Florian stood up, feeling a strange sense of gratitude and wonder. He made his way back to the cottage, eager to share the full story with Natalie in person. When he arrived, they sat on the porch with cups of tea, Merlin and Noah lounging contentedly at their feet. Florian recounted the day's events in detail, his eyes sparkling with enchantment of its experience. Natalie listened, her own imagination painting vivid pictures from his words. "I think the toads chose well," she said with a smile. "You were the perfect person for their little adventure." Florian grinned. "I still can't believe it happened, but it makes me think. Maybe there's more magic in this world than we realise." Natalie nodded with a knowing smile. "Magic is everywhere if we just take the time to see it." They sat together with the warmth of their companionship marching through the warmth of the setting sun. It had been a day of unexpected enchantment and whimsy, a reminder that true life and magic often lies in the most surprising places. And as they laughed and shared stories, they knew their adventures, both ordinary and extraordinary, were made for their time truly together and truly magical and special. Chapter 10. The Trials of Love and Laughter. The serenity of Florian and Natalie's life in the Lake District was abruptly shattered when Florian fell desperately ill with COVID-19. What began as a mild cough quickly escalated into something far more severe, leaving Florian bedridden and struggling for breath. Natalie, ever vigilant and deeply in tune with his well-being, knew this was no ordinary sickness. As Florian's condition worsened, Natalie never left his side. Day and night she cared for him with a fierce determination, using her magic and love to try and ease his suffering. She summoned all her powers, drawing on the ancient magic of the moon, her healing spells infused with the deepest love she held for Florian. Her heart ached to see him so weak and vulnerable, his life hanging in the balance. Florian's fever raged. He drifted in and out of consciousness, haunted by fever dreams. Natalie held his hand, whispering words of comfort and reassurance. She placed cool cloths on his forehead and brewed potions of herbs to help soothe his symptoms. Her magic was powerful, but it was her unwavering presence and her love that truly anchored him to this world. One night, as the moon shone brightly outside their cottage, Florian's breathing became shallow and laboured. Tears streamed down Natalie's face as she concentrated all her energy into a single healing spell, her heart pouring out the incantation. The room filled with a soft silvery light, and for a moment it seemed as if time itself had paused. "Please," she whispered, her voice breaking, "please don't leave me." The light enveloped Florian, and for the first time in days his breathing began to steady. His fever broke, and although he was weak, it was clear the worst had passed. Natalie, exhausted but relieved, collapsed beside him, her head resting on his chest as she listened to the steady rhythm of his heartbeat. In the days that followed, Florian slowly regained his strength. Natalie remained by his side, tending to his every need and encouraging him with her unwavering optimism. They found moments of levity amid the ordeal, their bond growing even stronger in the face of such adversity. One particular difficult day, as Florian was beginning to feel a bit better, they shared a moment of unexpected humour. Florian, his voice still raspy, made a face as he described an unusual side effect of his illness. "I don't know how to say this delicately," he said with a faint smile tugging his lips, "but my parts down there have been feeling quite strange. And the farts, they have been on a life of their own." Natalie burst into laughter. The sound of her balm in Florian's weary soul made her smile so much. "Oh, Florian," she said, wiping away the tears of mirth from her eyes, "even in the midst of all this, you find a way to make me laugh." Together they created a silly rhyme to lighten the mood, embracing the absurdity of the situation. There once was a man named Florian, whose balls were never quite Victorian. His farts were a riddle that played like a fiddle to strange tales of his. They laughed until their sides hurt, the sounds of joy echoing through the cottage. It was a testament to their resilience and their deep love they shared. Despite the darkness of the past weeks, they found light and laughter together. As Florian continued to recover, their days were filled with quiet moments of gratitude and reflection. Natalie would read to him from their favourite books, and they would talk about their dreams for the future. Each day was a gift, a reminder of the fragility of life and the strength of their connection. "You are my rock," Florian said one evening, his voice still weak but filled with emotion. "I wouldn't have made it through without you." Natalie smiled, her eyes shimmering with love. "And you are my everything," she replied. "We'll always face whatever comes our way together." Florian nodded, squeezing her hand. "Ride or die," he said softly. "Ride or die," she echoed, leaning in to kiss him gently. Through the trials and tribulations, their love had only grown stronger. They were true soulmates, bound by an unbreakable bond that withstood the ultimate test. As they looked out on the moonlit landscape, they knew whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them side by side, forever united in love and laughter. Chapter 11. Mystical Revelations at Stonehenge. Florian and Natalie's journey through England led them to the mystical plains of Wiltshire, where the ancient stones of Stonehenge stood sentinel under the ever-watchful gaze of the moon. It was a place steeped in history and mystery, where whispers of ancient rituals and spiritual energies permeated the air. As they approached the monument, bathed in a soft glow in the twilight, Natalie's eyes sparkled with anticipation. She had visited Stonehenge before, but never with someone as special as her Florian. She sensed an opportunity to share with him the magic and wonder that she had experienced at this sacred place. The air was cool and crisp as they walked hand in hand along the path leading to the stones. Florian marvelled at the enormity of the structure, the massive megaglyphs towering above them like ancient guardians. The sky above was a canvas of deepening blues scattered with stars that seemed to twinkle with a knowing presence. Natalie had led Florian to a quieter corner of the monument, away from the crowds of tourists. Here they found themselves surrounded by the silent stones, their shadows stretching across the grass like fingers reaching out to touch the past. "Florian," Natalie said softly, her voice tinged with reverence, "this place holds secrets, ancient wisdom, and energies that have been here for the millennia. I want to share a part of it with you." Florian nodded, his curiosity piqued. He had always been open-minded, and Natalie's connection with the mystical world had only deepened his respect for the unknown and the magical realms. "I'm ready," he said, his voice steady with anticipation. Underneath the silver glow of the rising moon, Natalie began to weave a spell, a gentle invocation of the spirits of the land and the ancient druids that had once walked among these stones. She called upon the elements, earth, air, fire and water, to lend their energies to the ritual. Florian watched in awe as Natalie's movements became fluid and graceful, her hands tracing patterns in the air that seemed to shimmer with an unseen power. A soft breeze stirred around them, carrying with it a faint scent of earth and herbs. Suddenly a hush fell over the night. The air seemed to hum with a palpable energy, and Florian felt a tingling sensation run down his spine. Shadows moved to the edge of his vision, and he glimpsed figures, ethereal and ancient, moving amongst the stones. The druids had answered Natalie's call. They appeared as flickering forms of light, their robes swirling with the essence of centuries past. Their faces were weathered with wisdom, their eyes gleaming with a knowing that transcended time. Florian and Natalie stood in silent awe, feeling the weight of history and magic converge around them. One druid stepped forward, his presence commanding yet gentle. He spoke in a language that Florian couldn't understand, yet he felt the meaning resonate deep within his soul. Natalie translated softly, her voice a soothing melody in the stillness of the night. "He welcomes us," she murmured, her eyes shining with reverence. "He says the stones remember us, that they hold our stories, our dreams." Florian nodded, his heart swelling with a profound sense of connection to something far greater than himself. He reached out, tentatively touching one of the stones. It felt cool and solid beneath his fingers, yet he sensed a pulsating energy, a heartbeat of the earth itself. As the moon reached the zenith, casting a silvery path of light over the stones, the Druids began to chant a melodic ancient hymn that echoed through the night. Florian and Natalie joined in, their voices blending with those of the spirits and the wind, creating a harmony that seemed to transcend the boundaries of time. In that magical moment, surrounded by the whisperers of past and the shimmering presence of the Druids, Florian and Natalie felt an unbreakable bond forged in the crucible of wisdom and spiritual awakening. They were a part of something timeless and eternal, a thread woven into the tapestry of the universe itself. As dawn approached, the Druids began to fade, their forms dissolving into the mist that hung low over the plains. Florian and Natalie stood together, holding their hands, hearts overflowing with gratitude and wonder. "Thank you," Florian whispered, his voice barely audible over the gentle rustling of the leaves. "For sharing with me." Natalie turned to him, her eyes brimming with emotion. "Thank you for believing," she replied, her voice filled with love. "For being open to magic of this world is the only thing to do." They lingered for a while longer, watching the first rays of sunlight bathe Stonehenge in a golden hue. As they walked back to their car hand in hand, they knew their lives had been forever changed by the mystical night they had shared. As they drove away, the echoes of the Druids' chant and the soft whisper of the wind followed them, a reminder of a timeless bond they had discovered in the heart of England's ancient landscape. Chapter 12. The Ghostly Delights. Florian and Natalie's bond extended beyond the physical proximity. It transcended time zones and continents, anchored by their shared interests and unwavering love. Even when circumstances kept them apart, they found solace and joy in the simple pleasures of virtual togetherness. It was during one such period, when Florian was undergoing treatment at Lambourne House Hospital and Natalie was staying with her family in Westford, Massachusetts, that they discovered a nightly ritual that became a cherished part of their routine: watching ghost adventures. Their love to the paranormal had been a constant thread throughout their relationship, tracing back to their early days together in November 2018. From cozy evenings sharing ghost stories to exploring haunted locations, they always found a thrill of the mysterious and unexplained. As Florian settled into his hospital bed in England and Natalie curled up on her childhood sofa in Massachusetts, they synchronized their watches and pressed play on their respective devices. The familiar theme of ghost adventures filled the air, and they felt a comforting sense of closeness despite the miles between them. Each episode was a journey into the unknown, a blend of eerie encounters, historical exploration, and the dynamic banter of the show's hosts. Florian and Natalie exchanged messages and reactions throughout, sharing laughs and gasps as they navigated the paranormal investigations together. "Do you think they'll catch anything tonight?" Natalie would ask, her voice tinged with excitement. Florian, always a skeptic with a hint of curiosity, would reply, "I'm not sure, but they hope they do. Wouldn't it be something if they found definitive proof tonight?" Their conversations flowed effortlessly, weaving between discussions of the supernatural and reflections of their own experiences. They reminisced about their ghost hunting adventures in England and New England, recalling the chill of haunted hallways and the thrill of capturing mysterious EVPs. Between episodes they shared stories of their respective days. Florian's progress in therapy, Natalie's time spent reconnecting with her family. Despite the physical distance, the bond grew stronger and stronger each moment they shared. Each whispered conversation of love and longing drew them closer together. On particularly stormy nights, the wind howled outside Florian's hospital window and the rain drummed against Natalie's childhood home. They found themselves drawn even closer together. The flickering glow of their screens became a portal to shared dreams and aspirations, a reminder that their love could withstand any challenge. "Florian," Natalie would say softly during these quiet moments, "I miss you." "I miss you too, Nat," Florian would reply, his voice filled with a mixture of longing and determination. "But we'll be together again soon, I can feel it." Their nightly rituals became a lifeline, a beacon of hope and joy amid the uncertainty of Florian's recovery and the separation imposed by circumstance. As they watched Zach, Aaron and Nick brave the haunted locations and confront restless spirits, they found courage in their own journey, knowing that their love was a force more powerful than any ghostly presence. One night, as they watched an episode set in an historic asylum, Florian joked, "If there are ghosts in this hospital, I hope they're friendly." Natalie laughed, the sound carrying across the miles like a gentle caress. "If anyone can handle them, it's you, my brave Florian," she said. And so they continued, night after night, sharing their love and laughter in the glow of ghostly encounters and whispered conversations. The hours slipped by unnoticed, each moment a precious reminder of the depth of their connection and the resilience of their hearts. When Florian finally returned home from hospital, weak but filled with determination, Natalie greeted him with open arms. They embraced tightly, savouring the warmth and familiarity of each other's presence. The days of virtual togetherness had prepared them for this moment, the joy of reunion, the promise of a fulfilled future and shared adventures, and endless nights watching ghost adventures side by side. As they settled into their new routine, their love blossomed like the flowers in Natalie's garden, and the ancient stories of Stonehenge floated across the room. They knew that no matter where life took them, they would always find comfort and joy in the simple pleasures, the laughter, the love, and the ghostly delights that bound their hearts together forevermore. Chapter 13. Natalie's Magick and the mysterious magical raven. Natalie had always felt a deep connection to the mystical and the unknown. From a young age she sensed energies others couldn't perceive and had a knack for understanding the language of nature. Her grandmother, a wise woman from a lineage of healers and seers, nurtured Natalie's gifts under her guidance. Natalie learned the ancient arts of herbalism, divination and the ways of magic. One crisp autumn morning, while wandering through the forest near her grandmother's cottage, Natalie noticed a raven perched atop a moss-covered stone. Its feathers shivered with an iridescence reflecting hues of deep purple and midnight blue. Intrigued, Natalie approached cautiously, sensing a peculiar aura emanating from the bird. As she drew nearer, the raven fixed its intense ebony gaze upon her. In that moment, Natalie felt a surge of recognition, as if she had encountered this raven in a dream or a distant memory. Without uttering a sound, the raven communicated through subtle telepathic link, inviting Natalie to follow. Guided by an unseen force, Natalie ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, where ancient oak trees stood sentinel and streams whispered secrets of forgotten lore. The raven led her to a clearing bathed in ethereal light, where the boundaries between the mundane world and the realm of magic blurred. In the centre of the clearing, an ancient oak spread its branches like the arms embracing the heavens. Nestled within its gnarly roots was a shimmering pool reflecting the starlit sky. The raven perched on a branch above, its eyes now glowing with an inner fire. "You seek knowledge, child of the earth and sky," the raven's voice resonated within Natalie's mind. "Within you lies the power to weave destiny's threads. to shape the tapestry of life. With each word, Natalie felt a surge of energy coursing through her veins, awakening a dormant potentiality buried deep within her soul. Memories long forgotten stirred within her, revealing glimpses of past life and ancestral wisdom. For 7 days and 7 nights, Natalie communicated with the raven in an enchanted clearing. Together they delved into the mysteries of the cosmos, deciphering the language of the stars and the whispers of the ancient trees. The raven taught her the art of shape-shifting, allowing her spirit to soar with the eagles and dance with the spirits of the forest. As the moon waxed and waned, Natalie's powers grew stronger, entwined with the natural world and unseen realms. She learned to harness the elements, to heal with herbs and incantations, and to navigate the labyrinth of paths of fate. When time came for Natalie to leave the enchanted clearing, the raven bestowed upon her a feather of iridescent hues, imbued with the essence of magic and wisdom. "Carry this with you, child of the earth and sky," the raven whispered. "Let it be a reminder of our journey together and the infinite possibilities that await you." With a heart overflowing with gratitude and newfound purpose, Natalie bid the raven farewell and returned to her grandmother's cottage. Armed with the knowledge and gifts bestowed upon her, she embarked on a journey to share her magic with the world, guided by the wisdom of the mysterious magical raven. Chapter 14. Natalie's bond with the animals. Natalie's affinity with animals was not just a talent, it was a deep, soulful connection that transcended words. From the moment she could crawl, animals seemed drawn to her gentle presence. Her grandmother often chuckled, remarking that Natalie spoke the language of creatures more fluently than that of humans. In the meadow behind her grandmother's cottage, Natalie spent countless hours among the melee of creatures. Birds would alight on her outstretched arms, their songs weaving melodies that echoed through the trees. Squirrels chattered playfully as they scampered across her shoulders, their tiny paws tickling her skin. Even the shyest rabbits would hop onto her lap, their soft fur a testament to the trust and affection bestowed upon her. One particularly warm afternoon, Natalie ventured deeper into the forest, following the melodic trill of a nightingale. As she approached the sun-dappled glade, she stumbled upon a family of deer grazing peacefully among the wildflowers. The majestic stag, with its antlers crowned in sunlight, regarded her with wise eyes that seemed to hold the secrets of the ancient woods. Drawing upon her innate gifts, Natalie extended her hand in greeting. In response, the stag lowered its head, allowing her fingertips to brush against its velvet muzzle. A ripple of understanding passed between them, a silent communion that spoke of reverence to the natural world and the harmony shared between all living beings. Word of Natalie's extraordinary bond with the animals spread through the village like wildfire. Farmers sought her counsel to soothe their restless horses, while children delighted in tales of her playful antics with mischievous fox cubs and wise old owls. Even the reclusive wolves of the northern forest regarded her with a wary respect, sensing in her a kindred spirit who honoured the primal instincts and noble hearts that beat within every creature. In the evenings, by the glow of the hearth, Natalie's grandmother would regain her stories of passed down through generations, tales of enchanted forests where wolves danced beneath the moon's silver gaze, and rivers whispered secrets to swans gliding upon the mirrored surface. Each story wove a tapestry of wonder and reverence for the natural world, reinforcing Natalie's belief that every animal possessed a voice that deserved to be heard. One winter's eve, as frost painted the delicate patterns upon the window panes, a wounded hawk faltered upon the cottage doorstep. Natalie's heart swelled with compassion as she cradled the majestic bird in her arms, its amber eyes reflecting in the flickering firelight. With gentle hand she tended it to its injuries, murmuring ancient incantations that eased its pain and kindled a spark of life within its weary spirit. In gratitude the hawk became Natalie's steadfast companion, soaring alongside her on journeys that carried them beyond the boundaries of mortal realms. Together they traversed windswept moors and mist-shrouded valleys, their bond a testament to the enduring power of love and understanding that transcended the barriers of species and time. As seasons turned into years, unfurled like petals upon a summer breeze, Natalie's circle of animal friends grew even wider. From wise old tortoises they shared tales of epochs of the past, to playful dolphins that danced in the azure of seas. Each creature left an indelible imprint upon her heart. Through her eyes she glimpsed at the beauty of the world where kindness reigned supreme, and the unity flourished to embrace the diversity. And so Natalie's life became a symphony of love, laughter and wonder, guided by the gentle whispers of her beloved animal friends. Together they forged a legacy of compassion and harmony that echoed across the ages, inspiring all who crossed their path to listen with open hearts and embrace the magic that dwells within every living soul. In Natalie's world, the language of animals was not a barrier but a bridge, weaving together the tapestry of life and the threads of empathy, understanding and unconditional love. Chapter 15. A Night of Enchantment. As the sun dipped below the Parisian skyline, casting a warm glow over the city, Florian and Natalie strolled hand in hand along the banks of the Seine. Lanterns flickered to life along the bridges, their reflections dancing on the gentle ripples of the river. The air was filled with a crisp yet balmy breeze, carrying the faint scent of spring blossoms. Florian couldn't take his eyes off Natalie. Her eyes sparkled like the stars just beginning to emerge in the darkening sky. Her laughter echoed through the quiet streets, a melody that filled his heart with joy. They paused often to admire the grandeur of Paris, the majestic Notre Dame Cathedral, the twinkling lights of the Eiffel Tower in the distance. This city, Natalie sighed, leaning into Florian's embrace. It feels like magic. And you, Florian whispered, brushing a stray lock of hair from her face. You're the most magical part of it all, he said. They continued their leisurely walk, savouring each moment together. Florian surprised Natalie with a small cafe tucked away in a quaint corner of Montredane. They shared a table overlooking the city, indulging in rich French cuisine and clinking glasses of velvety red wine together. As midnight approached, Florian took Natalie's hand once more, leading her towards the illuminated Eiffel Tower, its golden light shimmering against the night sky, casting a surreal glow over the city below. They found a secluded spot beneath its towering arches, away from the bustling crowds. I've dreamed of this, Natalie confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. Florian gently lifted her chin, meeting her gaze with unwavering tenderness. Dreams do come true, especially on a night like tonight. Their lips met in a kiss that spoke volumes of unspoken love and longing. Time seemed to stand still as they embraced, the world around them fading into insignificance. Above, the Eiffel Tower continued to sparkle as if celebrating their newfound bond. When they finally pulled away, Natalie rested her head against Florian's chest, her fingers intertwined with his. I never want this night to end, Florian. Florian smiled, his heart overflowing with affection. Then let's make every moment count, my love. Hand in hand they walked back through the moonlit streets of Paris, their steps light with the promise of tomorrow and the echoes of a truly magical, beautiful and passionate Valentine's night they would cherish forever. Chapter 16. The Legend of Natalie. In the heart of the ancient woods there lived a witch whose power was unmatched by any mortal or deity. Natalie, the supreme goddess of the moon, wielded magic that could bend reality to her will and command the forces of nature with a mere whisper. But her power was not to be trifled with, for those who dared to oppose her would face the full wrath of her fury. From a young age, Natalie knew that she was different, drawn to the mystical energies that pulsed through the forests. She spent her days communicating with the spirits of the earth and sky, honing her magical abilities with each passing moment. As she grew older, her powers blossomed into something truly extraordinary, her psychic abilities allowing her to see beyond the veil of reality and glimpse the secrets of the universe. As word of Natalie's power spread far and wide, she became known as the Witch of the Woods, a figure of awe and fear among mortals and immortals alike. With her command of magic and her connection with the moon, she was unstoppable, her enemies quaking in terror at the mere mention of her name. But Natalie was not content to simply rule over the forest. She sought to protect it and preserve its beauty and majesty for generations to come. But with great power comes great responsibility, and Natalie had faced many trials on her journey to becoming supreme goddess of the moon. She battled dark forces that sought to corrupt the land, her magic blazing like a beacon of hope in the darkest of nights. With each victory she grew stronger and more resolute, her faith in the power of love and redemption unwavering in the face of adversity. When those who dared to oppose Natalie's rules sought to challenge her authority, they soon learned the true extent of her power. With a wave of her hand and a whispered incantation, she unleashed the torments of fire and lightning upon her enemies, their cries of agony echoing through the forest as they fell before her unstoppable might. None could stand against her wrath, for she was the supreme goddess of the moon, and her power was absolute. But amidst the chaos and destruction, Natalie's heart remained pure, her compassion for the innocent unwavering in the face of darkness as she surveyed the wreckage of her enemies' defeat. She felt a pang of sorrow for the lives that had been lost, for the pain and suffering that had been wrought upon the land. Determined to atone for her actions, she vowed to use her power for good, to protect the forest and its inhabitants from harm for all eternity. And so Natalie's legend lived on, her name whispered in reverence by those who knew of her deeds. Though she had faced countless trials and tribulations on her journey to becoming supreme goddess of the moon, she emerged stronger and more resilient than ever before. And though her enemies may have perished by her hand, the memory they served as a reminder of the fragility of power and the importance of using it wisely with compassion. As the moon rose high in the night sky, casting a silver light over the forest below, Natalie stood at the edge of the woods, her heart filled with gratitude for the beauty and wonder of the world around her. With her magical abilities and psychic powers, she would continue to protect the land and its inhabitants for all eternity. Her legacy as the supreme goddess of the moon living on forever in the hearts of those who cherish the natural world and all its mysteries. Chapter 17. Adventures across the magical landscapes of England. Natalie and Florian had always been drawn to the enchanting landscapes and rich history of England. Over the years they had embarked on numerous adventures, exploring hidden gems and uncovering the mystical allure that seemed to weave through the countryside. Their journeys often began with a simple idea, a weekend getaway to a quaint village or a spontaneous road trip through the rolling green hills. Each adventure brought them closer together as they discovered the unique magic that England had to offer. Their first memorable adventure took them to the picturesque Cotswolds, where quaint stone villages adorned with colourful gardens lined narrow cobblestone streets. Natalie and Florian wandered through the charming villages like Bourton-on-the-Water and Castle Combe, marvelling at the timeless beauty preserved in every corner. "We're walking through a fairy tale," Natalie whispered, her eyes sparkling with wonder. Florian nodded, taking her hand as they strolled along the river Windrush. "It feels like stepping back in time, doesn't it? I half expect to see knights and dragons around the next bend." They laughed together, imagining themselves as characters in a medieval tale, surrounded by the tranquility of the countryside. Their next adventure led them to the mystical landscapes of Dartmoor in Devon. Here the rugged tors rose majestically on the moorland, shrouded in mist and mystery. Natalie and Florian hiked along the ancient stone roads and explored the eerie, beautiful Winsman Wood, where gnarled oaks draped in moss whispered tales of ancient druids and hidden rituals. "It's like we stumbled into another realm," Florian remarked, his voice hushed with reverence. Natalie nodded, her senses tingling with the participating energy of the land. "There's something truly magical about Dartmoor. It feels alive, with stories waiting to be told." They camped under the canopy of stars that night, sharing stories by a crackling fire and feeling the deep connection to the ancient spirits that seemed to dwell within Dartmoor's wild heart. Their adventures continued across the diverse landscapes of England, the rugged cliffs of the Jurassic coast where they searched for fossil treasures, the serene beauty of the Lake District where they sailed on the tranquil waters surrounded by towering mountains, and the mystical ruins of Glastonbury Tor where they climbed to the top and watched the sun set over the landscape steeped in legend. With each journey, Natalie and Florian discovered not only the natural wonders of England, but also a deeper appreciation for the timeless magic that permeated its history and folklore. They collected stories like precious gems, weaving them into a tapestry of their own adventures together. As they reflected on their travels, sitting side by side on a quiet hill overlooking the rolling hills of the Yorkshire Dales, Natalie squeezed Florian's hand affectionately. "Thank you for sharing these adventures with me," she said softly. "Each one has been like a chapter in our own magical story." Florian smiled warmly, his gaze lingering on the landscape spread out before them. "And the best part is, our story is far from over. There is so many adventures still waiting for us." Hand in hand they watched the sun dip below the horizon, painting the skies in hues of gold and lavender. In that moment, surrounded by the timeless beauty of England, Natalie and Florian knew that their love and their adventures would continue to unfold, guided by the enchanting magic of the land they called home. Thus ends chapter 17, filled with an awe-inspiring landscapes and magical essence of England that Natalie and Florian cherished as they embraced their journeys together. Chapter 18, The Magical Night in the Haunted Forest. Natalie and Florian had always been fascinated by the mystical and the unknown. Halloween, with its whispered tales of spirits and magic, presented the perfect opportunity for them to delve deeper into the mysteries of the English countryside. This particular Halloween, they found themselves drawn to the legendary haunted forest near the Witch's Grave, a place whispered about in hushed tones by the locals for generations. As dusk settled over the land, Natalie and Florian ventured into the forest, guided by the flickering light of their lantern and the rustling of leaves underfoot. The air was thick with anticipation, a sense that they were stepping into a realm where reality and fantasy intertwined. "Are you sure about this?" Natalie asked, her voice a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Florian squeezed her hand reassuringly. "Absolutely. This is a chance for us to experience something truly extraordinary." As they followed an ancient overgrown path deeper into the forest, where shadows danced like spectres among the trees, the moonlight filtered through the canopy, casting an ethereal pattern on the forest floor. Finally they reached a clearing where the weathered stone marked the witch's grave, a moss-covered relic from centuries past. Legend had it that a powerful witch had been buried there long ago, her spirit lingering in the woods, weaving spells and guarding ancient secrets. Natalie and Florian set their lantern down reverently, surrounded by the silence of the forest. They had come prepared with candles, herbs and a book of ancient spells they had stumbled upon in a dusty corner of the bookstore. "We'll need to perform a ritual with the utmost respect and sincerity," Florian murmured, his eyes scanning the instructions of the book. Natalie nodded, her heart beating with a mixture of excitement and reverence. Together they lit the candles and arranged the herbs in a sacred circle around the stone. Incantations flowed from their lips, invoking the elements and calling upon the spirits of the forest. As they chanted, a gentle breeze stirred the leaves above them, carrying a faint whisper, a voice from the past, soft and melodic. Natalie and Florian exchanged amazed glances, their belief in the magic of the night solidifying with each passing moment. The air seemed to shimmer with energy, as if the boundaries between the seen and the unseen had momentarily blurred. Shadows danced playfully around them, and a faint glow emanated from the witch's grave. "It's working," Natalie breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. Florian nodded, his voice steady as he continued the incantation. Their hearts beat in rhythm with the pulse of the forest, their spirits intertwining with the ancient energies that surrounded them. Suddenly a figure materialized before them, a spectral presence bathed in moonlight. The witch, ethereal and beautiful, stood before Natalie and Florian, her eyes filled with wisdom and kindness. "You seek knowledge and truth," she spoke, her voice echoing like a soft breeze through the trees. "Embrace the magic within you, for it is your birthright." Natalie and Florian listened in awe as the witch imparted cryptic wisdom and guidance, her words weaving a tapestry of possibilities and mysteries. As dawn approached, the spectral figure faded back into the mist of the forest, leaving Florian and Natalie with a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. They extinguished the candles and gathered their belongings, their mind buzzing with the experiences of the night. "We just encountered real magic," Natalie whispered, her voice filled with awe. Florian nodded, his gaze lingered on the spot where the witch had stood moments before. "And it's changed us forever." Hand in hand they walked back through the forest, the first light of dawn painting the skies of pink and gold. They knew that their Halloween night in the haunted forest of the witch's grave would be a memory they would cherish and ponder for the rest of their lives. A night where they embraced the mysteries of the universe and discovered the boundless potential of their own magic in their hearts. Chapter 19. A Celebration of Love. Natalie and Florian's 5th year anniversary, November 2023, marked a milestone for Natalie and Florian, a celebration of the 5 years since they had first fell in love. Their journey had been filled with adventures, challenges and a deepening bond that had withstood the test of time. The day began with Florian surprising Natalie with breakfast in bed, a spread of her favourite pastries and a steaming cup of her preferred coffee. As she woke to the aroma, she found him sitting beside her, a wide grin on his face. "Happy anniversary, my love," Florian said softly, handing her a single red rose. Natalie's heart swelled with warmth as she accepted the flower. "Florian, this is beautiful, thank you." They spent the morning reminiscing about their journey together, flipping through photo albums filled with their snapshots of adventures across England, from the mystical forest to the bustling city streets. In the afternoon they visited a quaint village where they shared their first kiss, a picturesque spot with a small cafe overlooking a tranquil pond. They sat at their favourite tables, savouring cups of tea and sharing stories of their early dates. They laughed together, echoing across the water. Do you remember how nervous I was that day?" Florian teased, his eyes sparkling with fond memories. Natalie laughed, her cheeks flushing with affection. "I remember thinking how lucky I was to have met you." They lingered in the village, soaking up the nostalgic atmosphere and reaffirming their gratitude of love that had blossomed between them. As evening approached, Florian led Natalie to a secluded spot on a hillside overlooking the city skyline. He had set up a blanket and a picnic basket filled with gourmet treats, cheeses, fruits and a bottle of champagne. "This is perfect," Natalie murmured, settling beside him as they watched the sun dip below the horizon, painting the skies in hues of orange and purple. Florian took her hand in his gaze soft and earnest. "Natalie, these 5 years with you have been the best of my life. You have been my rock, my inspiration and my greatest joy." Touched by his words, Natalie felt the tears of happiness welling up in her eyes. "And you have been my everything, Florian. I couldn't imagine life without you." Under the canopy of stars, Florian presented Natalie with a small box tied with a ribbon. Inside was a delicate silver necklace, a heart-shaped pendant engraved with their initials and the date they had first met. "It is a symbol of my love for you," Florian said, his voice barely above a whisper. Natalie embraced him tightly, overwhelmed with emotion. "I love it, and I love you." They danced together under the moonlight, their hearts overflowing with gratitude for their journey they had shared and the future that awaited them. As they returned home hand in hand, Natalie and Florian knew their love story was far from over. It was a tale of resilience, companionship and unwavering devotion, a testament to the power of love to conquer all obstacles and illuminate even the darkest paths. They fell asleep that night wrapped in each other's arms, dreaming of the years ahead and the adventures they would continue to embark upon together, knowing that as long as they had each other, they had everything that they needed. Chapter 20. The Magical Crystal and the Adventure of the Ancient Secrets. Natalie had always been drawn to the mysteries of the arcane and the whispers of ancient wisdom. Her fascination with magic and spirituality had led her on a journey of discovery and magic alongside Florian, who shared her curiosity and supported her exploration of the unknown, for Natalie, he knew, was magical herself. One autumn evening, while pursuing a dusty corner of an antiquarian bookstore in a quaint village, Natalie stumbled upon an old book bound in weathered leather. Its title, barely visible in faded gold letters, read Codex of the Ancients, Secrets of Magic and Rituals. Intrigued, she opened the book and found pages full of cryptic symbols, spells and instructions for communicating with spiritual beings. "Florian, look what I found!" Natalie exclaimed, her eyes shining with excitement as she showed him the book. Florian scanned the pages with interest, his brow furrowing slightly. "This looks like it could be centuries old. Do you think it's authentic?" Natalie nodded eagerly. "I believe it is. It feels powerful somehow." They decided to delve deeper into the book's teachings, studying its ancient rituals and experimenting cautiously with the spells it contained. As they practiced together, they felt a connection to a world beyond the tangible, a realm of energy and spirit that seemed to respond to their intentions. One night, under the full moon's glow, Natalie discovered a passage in the book about a legendary crystal said to enhance spiritual communication. Determined to uncover its secrets, she and Florian set out to find it, following the clues that led them deep to the heart of an ancient forest where a pagan burial ground lay hidden. The air was thick with a sense of reverence as they approached the sacred site, marked by weathered stones and overgrown pathways. They set up a makeshift altar at the centre, a circle of candles, herbs and the ancient book laid open to the page describing the crystal's invocation. "Are you ready for this, Natalie?" Florian asked, his voice tinged with both excitement and a hint of apprehension. Natalie nodded, her heart pounding with anticipation. "Yes, we've come this far together, Florian. Let's see what the old gods have to reveal." They lit the candles and began to chant the invocation from the book, their voices blending with a harmonious rhythm that seemed to resonate with the forest's ancient heartbeat. The moon cast a silver light upon them, creating otherworldly ambience. They reached the culmination of the ritual. A soft glow emanated from the center of the altar. A shimmering mist coalesced into a figure, a spectral presence that seemed to transcend time itself. It spoke in a language of older than words, a language of symbols and emotions that Natalie and Florian could feel in their souls. "You seek knowledge," said the ethereal voice, echoing, its tone both wise and gentle. "Speak, and I shall listen." Natalie's breath caught in her throat as she realized they indeed made contact with a spiritual being from ancient England, guardian of wisdom and keeper of secrets long forgotten. Florian, ever grounded presence beside her, asked questions about their journey together, seeking guidance on their future. The answers came in cryptic riddles and profound insights that resonated deeply within them both. They learned of their past lives and their intertwined destinies that had brought them together in this lifetime. As dawn approached, the spectral presence began to fade, leaving Natalie and Florian with a sense of awe and wonderment. They knew that they had glimpsed something extraordinary, a glimpse into the mysteries of the universe and the ancient wisdom of the old gods that lay hidden within. They packed up their belongings in silence, their minds buzzing with the revelations of the night. Hand in hand they walked back through the forest, the first light of dawn painting the sky in hues of pink and gold. They knew that their journey of exploration and discovery and magic had only just begun, a journey fueled by their love for each other and their shared passion for the mysteries of life. Back home they carefully stored the codex of ancient secrets and the crystal they had summoned, knowing that they held the keys to the realms beyond the ordinary. As they curled up together in their cozy bed, they felt a deep sense of fulfillment and gratitude for their experiences, and they had shared a wonderful night together, and the bond had grown stronger to each adventured with each other. Chapter 21. A Love Beyond the Imagination, 1144. In the quiet depths of the forest, under a canopy of ancient trees where the whispers of the wind carried secrets of old, Florian and Natalie stood intertwined in a bond that transcended time and space. Their twin flame connection blazed with an intensity that could only be forged by the universe itself, a cosmic dance of souls entwined in a love that defied all odds. Natalie, with her magical essence flowing like a river of light, was Florian's eternal protector. From the darkest elements that dared to harm him, she shielded him with her strength and magic that came not from just her powers, but from the depths of her love. The number 1144, a symbol of their intertwined destiny, shimmered faintly in the air around them, a reminder of the cosmic forces that had bound their paths together. Their journey was not just a mere adventure, it was a saga etched in the stars, a tapestry woven with the threads of courage, passion and undying devotion. Florian and Natalie mirrored the strength of legends. Like Bonnie and Clyde, they faced the world together, unyielding in their resolve. Like Romeo and Juliet, their love was a testament to the power of soulmates finding each other across lifetimes. Their love, reminiscent of Ali and Noah from The Notebook, transcended the pages of history, a love story whispered in hushed tones by those who witnessed its profound beauty. The commitment they shared was akin to the valour of Braveheart, with a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who knew them. Florian and Natalie were not just lovers, they were cosmic companions, intertwined in a bond that shimmered with the rarest and most profound of connections. They stood under the starlit skies, hearts beating as one, They knew their love would be echoing through eternity, a love story for the ages, written in the stars above. Chapter 22. The Eternal Tapestry. In the quiet solace of the meadow where Florian and Natalie found refuge, their love story unfolded like the pages of an enchanting novel. Each chapter richer and more profound than the last, their journey through lifetimes together was a testament to the timeless nature of their bond, a connection so deep it defied the boundaries of time and space, the beginning of an ethereal journey from the first meeting. The spark between them was undeniable, and Florian with his gentle strength and Natalie with her ethereal grace and magic found in each other a mirror of their own souls. Their connection was immediate and intense, a recognition that transcended the physical realm. It was as if they'd known each other for centuries, their souls reuniting after lifetimes apart. They embarked upon a journey together, one filled with adventures that spanned across time and dimensions. In every lifetime they found each other, their souls drawn together by an invisible force that was as ancient as the stars. Their love was not just a fleeting romance, it was a saga of devotion, a tale of two souls destined to be together, lifetimes of growth and discovery through each incarnation. Florian and Natalie learned and grew, both as individuals and as a couple. In one life they might have been artists painting the world with their love. In other they could have been warriors fighting side by side against the darkness. Each experience added layers to their connection, deepening their understanding of themselves and of each other. Natalie's magic was a constant thread in their story, a beacon of light that guided them through the darkest times. She saved Florian's life more times than he could count, her love and power shielding him from harm. But Florian too was her rock, providing her with unwavering support and grounding her when the weight of her abilities became too much for her to bear. Their love was like a river, flowing and evolving, carving out new paths and overcoming obstacles with grace and strength. They cherished every moment together, finding beauty in the mundane and the magic in the ordinary, from the quiet mornings spent in each other's arms to the grand adventures across mystical lands. Every moment was a testament to their endearing love, moments of profound connection, once in a lifetime. One lifetime they found themselves in a quaint village by the sea, where the sound of the waves were a constant reminder of the ebb and flow of their love. They spent their days exploring shores, collecting shells and weaving tales of their lives they had lived before. Their nights were filled with whispered secrets and dreams of the future, each one more beautiful than the last. In another life they were scholars in a grand library surrounded by the wisdom of the ages. They pored over ancient texts, discovering new facets of the universe and their connection. Their love was a quiet, profound presence, a sanctuary amidst the chaos of the world. They found solace in each other, their bond a constant source of strength and inspiration. The longing for a family as they journeyed through lifetimes was ever present. Florian and Natalie's longing for a family grew stronger. They dreamed of a home filled with love and laughter, a sanctuary where they could raise their children and nurture their souls. They envisioned a life surrounded by nature, with beautiful animals that would be a part of their family. The thought of their children, each one unique blend of their love and magic, filled them with joy and anticipation. Their love was a beacon guiding them towards their future. They knew this no matter what challenges they faced, their bond would see them through. Their dream of family was a promise that was made to each other, a testament to the depth of their connection and the strength of their love. The fulfillment of their dream, once in a lifetime, their dream finally came true. They found a small enchanted cottage nestled in the heart of a lush forest, a place where magic thrived and love flourished. The walls of their home were lined with memories, each one a testament to their journey together. They filled their days with laughter and love, their children growing up in a world where magic was as natural as breathing. Florian and Natalie watched their children with pride and wonder, each one a reflection of their love and the journey they had undertaken together. Their home was filled with joyous sounds of laughter and the pitter-patter of tiny feet and the gentle rustle of their animals. It was a sanctuary, a place where their love could grow and flourish, free from the constraints of the outside world, the legacy of their love. As they looked back on their journey, Florian and Natalie knew their love was rare. It was a beautiful gift. It was a connection few had ever experienced, a bond that had withstood the test of time and space. Their love was a tapestry woven in the threads of countless lifetimes, each one adding depth and richness to their story. Their love was not just a story for them, it was a legacy for their children and the world. It was a reminder that true love transcends all boundaries. It is a force of nature that can never be broken. Florian and Natalie knew that their love would continue to inspire and guide others, a beacon of hope and light in a world that often seemed dark and uncertain. And so, as they stood together hand in hand, they knew that their journey was far from over. They were still full of new adventures to be had, new dreams to be fulfilled, new challenges to be written. Their love was eternal, a force that would continue to shine brightly no matter what challenges they faced. Their story was one of profound love and unbreakable bonds, a testament of the power of twin flames and the magic of true love. And as they looked towards the future, they knew their love would continue to grow, evolving and deepening with each passing moment, a beautiful, eternal journey that would never end. Chapter 23. A Letter of Eternal Love. My dearest Natalie, as I sit down to write this letter, I find myself overwhelmed with the depths of my feelings for you. Words seem inadequate to express the profound love and gratitude I hold in my heart for you, but I will try my best to convey even a fraction of what you mean to me. From the very first moment our paths crossed, I knew my life had been changed forever. You brought a light into my world I knew was missing, a brightness that illuminates even my darkest days. Every memory we've created together is a treasure I hold dear, each moment a testament to the beauty and magic of our love. Your presence in my life is nothing short of miraculous. You are my truth, my cure, my medicine, my everything. Before you I felt incomplete, like a puzzle with a missing piece. But you, my beloved Natalie, are that missing piece. You complete me in ways I never thought possible, filling my heart and soul with a love that is boundless and eternal. The happiness you bring to my life is indescribable. Every day spent with you is a gift, a beautiful adventure filled with laughter, joy and profound connection. Your smile, your touch, your voice, they all resonate deep within me, echoing through the very core of my being. You are my soulmate, my twin flame, the one I have searched across lifetimes for. I am endlessly grateful for the memories we have woven together, each one a precious thread in the tapestry of our love, from quiet moments shared, silence to the grand adventures that have taken us across time and space. Every experience with you has been a blessing. You have shown me what it truly means to love. You have shown me what it truly means to live. You have shown me what it truly means to be. To embrace every moment with an open heart, with an unyielding spirit. I thank you, Natalie, for being the incredible, magical woman that you are. Your beauty both inside and out leaves me in awe. Your kindness, your strength, your unwavering love, your magic, they inspire me to be a better man, to strive for greatness, to cherish every second we have together. You're a beacon of my life, a constant source of joy and inspiration. It is my solemn oath and pledge from the deepest regions of my heart and soul to love you forever and ever. I promise to stand by your side through every trial and triumph, to support you, cherish you, and honour you in all things. My love for you is eternal, transcending time and space, a bond that can never be broken. You are my beloved, my heart, my soul. I am yours now and always, in this life and beyond. Thank you, Natalie Marchocki, for being the love of my life, my true soulmate. I love you with every fibre of my being, and I will continue to love you deeply, profoundly, forever and ever. All my love and deepest affection, yours always, Florian. Chapter 24. A Love Written in the Stars. As the years passed, Florian and Natalie's love only grew stronger, deepening with every shared experience, every laugh, every tear, and every adventure. Their journey together was nothing short of magical, a tapestry woven with the threads of passion, joy, and unyielding devotion. The last 6 years have been a whirlwind of beautiful memories, each moment a testament to the extraordinary bond they shared. Adventures and memories together were dreamlike. They embarked on countless adventures, their hearts always eager for the next thrill. They travelled to distant lands, explored enchanted forests, and sailed across shimmering seas, each journey bringing them closer together. Their love a guiding star that lit up their way as they journeyed forward. They found joy in the simple things, like watching the sunset from their favourite hilltop, or sharing a quiet morning coffee as the world broke up around them. Their home was filled with the sounds of laughter and of love. Their adopted animals became an integral part of their family, each one bringing its own unique charm and joy. The pitter-patter of paws on the wooden floor, the gentle purring of the cats in the evening, and the playful barks of the dogs created a symphony of love that filled their days. Florian and Natalie's connection was truly one of a kind, a love story that seemed to belong to another realm, a fairy tale written in the stars. The number 1144, their cosmic symbol, was a constant reminder of the universe's blessing on their union. It was as if the cosmos had conspired to bring them together, aligning their destinies in the dance of love and magic. Their love for each other was a living, breathing entity, growing and evolving with every passing day. They faced challenges with unwavering strength, always standing by each other's side, no matter what life threw their way. They met it with a united front, their bond unbreakable and their love unstoppable. Natalie and Florian felt a sense of completeness they had never known before. She was his missing piece, the one who made him feel whole. Her love was a balm to his soul, a light that dispelled the shadows. In her presence he found comfort and peace, a deep sense of home that he'd always longed for. Natalie too felt an unparalleled completeness with Florian. His unwavering support, his gentle strength, and his profound love made her feel cherished and adored. Together they created a sanctuary of love and warmth, a place where they could be their true selves and thrive. As they looked to the future, Florian and Natalie knew their love would continue to blossom. They dreamed of many more adventures, of growing old together, and of creating a legacy of love and happiness. Their story was one of passion and romance, of magic and destiny, a fairy tale that would be told for generations. Their love was eternal, a force that transcended time and space. It was written in the stars, a beautiful truth that shone brightly in the night sky. Florian and Natalie were true love in itself. Natalie, Florian's beloved, was made of the greatest star of them all. her light guiding them always. Together they created a love story that was endearing as it was passionate, as magical as it was real. In the end, Florian and Natalie knew their love was a gift from the universe, a rare and beautiful connection that few could ever experience. It was a journey that they cherished, a story that they wrote together with every breath, with every heartbeat. Their love, a fairy tale come to life, a testament to the power of true love and the magic that bound them together forever. And so, they continued their journey hand in hand, heart to heart, forever and always, in a love story that was truly written in the stars. Chapter 25. The conclusion of an eternal love story. As the final pages of this tale draw to a close, we look back on the incredible journey of Florian and Natalie, a love story that began one late night in November 2018 and has flourished through to this beautiful summer of August 2024. The love, the moon and the magic captures the essence of their profound connection, a testament to the boundless magical love they share. From their first meeting, Florian and Natalie knew their souls were entwined. Their love unfolded like a dream, filled with adventures and experiences that transcended the ordinary. They travelled across mystical landscapes, their hearts forever bound by the magic of their love. Every moment, every laugh, every tender glance was a thread woven into the rich tapestry of their life together. Their connection was deep and abiding, a twin flame bond that weathered all of life's storms. They faced challenges with courage and with grace, always emerging stronger and more united. They were not just lovers in a fleeting romance, but a profound journey of growth and discovery and true love, a testament to the strength and resilience of their bond. Florian and Natalie found magic from the quiet mornings spent in each other's arms to the nights filled with whispered secrets and dreams. Their love was a constant source of joy and comfort. Their home shared with their beloved animals was a sanctuary of warmth and happiness, a place where their spirits could soar. They laughed often, finding joy in the simplest of things. Their adventures were not just grand journeys to far-off lands, but also small, intimate moments that defined their days. They cherished every experience, knowing that their love was a true adventure, the greatest story ever told. Florian and Natalie's love continued to inspire. Their story was one of eternal devotion, a beautiful fairy tale written in the stars. The number 1144, their cosmic symbol, was a reminder of the universe's blessing on their union. Their love was a beacon, guiding them through life with unwavering power and love. Florian's letter to Natalie was a heartfelt expression of his gratitude and admiration. He thanked her for the love and happiness she had brought into his life, for being his truth, his medicine, and his everything. His words were a pledge of eternal devotion, a promise to love her forever and ever, a gift from the heart. This book, The Love, the Moon and the Magic, is a gift from Florian to his beloved Natalie, written with all his love in his heart. It is a celebration of their beautiful notebook love, their adventures, and their magical connection they share. Florian wrote it in the landscapes of England to Natalie of Worcester, Massachusetts, as a tribute to her heart, soul and spirit, and the magic that saved his life. It is a gift for her birthday, August 4th, 2024, a token of his unwavering love and appreciation to my dearest, sweet beloved Natalie. I hope you enjoy reading our beautiful notebook love story. It is a reflection of all the wonderful adventures we've shared and a promise of many more to come. You are my home, my heart, my everything. I look forward to forging countless more beautiful memories with you, bound by the love of our hearts, the dreams we share, written in the souls within. This book, The Love, the Moon and the Magic, was written by Florian A. Ancio on the 4th of August 2024, with all my love to you and your heart. Signed, your amazing bee, Florian, forevermore. 1144, an everlasting journey. And so, the story of Florian and Natalie continues, an eternal journey of love and adventure and magic. Their love is a beacon, shining brightly in the night sky, a testament to the power of true unwavering devotion. The story is a beautiful fairy tale written in the stars. It is of true love, destined to inspire and enchant for all time.